While social media sells Ozempic like candy, demonizes carbs and sugars, and pushes celebrity-endorsed products that may or may not work, Mitun De Sarkar brings the science back to health. She's a DHA licensed clinical dietitian, a gut health expert, and a woman who rebuilt her career from zero after the 2008 recession. Today, she's breaking myths and unrealistic weight loss goals, eating after 7 p.m., and what healthy really means. Why are people scared of eating? I've personally heard that teenagers getting heart attacks.
Women go through a lot of inflammation in the bodies. When you eat more processed food, sugary foods, things out of a packet which is filled with sodium, filled with preservatives, they can cause more inflammation. Women in their 30s, 40s, there were a lot of hormonal shifts going on. Their estrogen is dipping down. The progesterone is erratic, cortisol is very high. I sell 800, 900 calories, I will lose weight.
Can eating after 7 p.m. actually make you gain weight?
टाइम लगाया मैंने 2010 में I restarted the whole process. एक feeling कि I am required and I'm not finished. I was told we cannot renew your license because एक साल से आपने कोई काम नहीं किया है. Lost a lot of money, lost a lot of friends by the way. So there was a big shock for me. That clinical dietitian is the one who is licensed through the authorities, worked in clinical setups. Nutritionists can be anybody. Gut paresis, where your gut doesn't respond, it does not digest on its own. There is this urgency for this flashy fix, quick fix. It's the sedentary lifestyle. Even the kids are sitting all day long, either studying in front of the computers or playing games.
You know, I've seen this trend on social media where people are, I feel that people are scared of eating now.
It's also anti-aging. 45% of Ozempic users will have a weight rebound.
Welcome to the show, Mitun.
Hi, Faizan.
Hi to you as well. पहले मुझे ये बताइए, आप मुंबई से हैं, if I'm not wrong, right?
जी,
आप
right.
हैं बंगाली, but हैं मुंबई से.
I was born in West Bengal.
Okay.
I grew up in Mumbai, got married, came to Dubai. This is way back in 2004.
Wow.
And I became an accidental entrepreneur, I would say. Because 2005 में I suddenly started Simply Healthy out of nowhere. कभी सोचा नहीं था कि I'll be a business owner.
Let's go back to before 2004.
जी.
You know, ऐसा लगता है लोगों को आपको देख के, because I've seen you for years now, and you know, ऐसा लगता है कि आप you come from a background of privilege.
अरे.
You know what I mean? You know, लगता है कि अरे इनके लिए क्या है, इनके लिए तो बहुत आसान है. You know, इनके पास तो पैसे होंगे तो इन्होंने business start कर दिया. So take me through your journey.
Yeah.
मुंबई से यहाँ तक का सफर. So बल्कि इनफैक्ट कोलकाता से कोस्टा तक का सफर is what I want to know.
Yes. So like I said, I was born in West Bengal. फिर बड़ी मैं बॉम्बे में ही हुई, मुंबई में. So this is where my education happened, my first job happened. Basically the hospitals that I was working in, all the experience that I was gaining in the early years of my life, वो सब मुंबई में हुआ. That's where I met my husband as well. But when he landed a job in Dubai, in Emirates, he said, "Chale, Dubai." I said, "Why not? I would love to." When I came here, yeah, this is a land of opportunities. Definitely, I would say that. I never thought that I could start my own business, but as destiny would have it, I, with my little funds and a help from one of my clients, we started Simply Healthy. I actually saw immediate success because it was the first time an Indian woman had started Simply Healthy meal plans. You know, it's very easy for dietitians to give you diet plans, do it on your own. But the challenge mainly was time. People used to ask me that, who is going to prepare all these meals? ये हमारे पास तो time नहीं है. So that's how the fruition of this idea came about. And we started this business. But in 2008, जब वो recession हुआ, by then I had seen so much success. मैं बता नहीं सकती हूँ. The magazines, newspapers, television, everything was covering me. I was actually making copious amounts of money. And I really had this feeling कि you're very young now, yeah? So your mindset is, I've arrived. And obviously I think I spread my, क्या कहते हैं उसको?
Wings a little too early.
Yeah, बहुत ज़्यादा. So I lost everything in 2009 actually.
Okay. What do you mean by that? You lost everything?
I lost all the money I had made.
Because of recession or because of some decisions that
wrong
you took?
decisions in life.
Okay.
Wrong decision, lots of mortgages, lots of mortgages, loans, because that time you felt that you can. You know, किसको पता था recession आने वाला है. Lost a lot of money, lost a lot of friends, by the way. बहुत धोखे भी खाए मैंने.
Of course.
जिसके ऊपर ट्रस्ट किया था वो सब भाग चुके थे उस वक्त.
पैसे होते हैं तो दोस्त भी होते हैं.
हाँ, एंड आई डेफिनेटली कैन क्लेम कि मुझे डेफिनेटली तो क्लिनिकल डिप्रेशन तो हुआ था जो उस टाइम पे समझ नहीं आया था. बट नाउ व्हेन आई थिंक अबाउट इट आई रिकग्नाइज कि दैट वाज क्लिनिकल डिप्रेशन. बट द फाइटर इन मी डिडंट वांट टू क्विट. टाइम लगाया मैंने. 2010 में आई रीस्टार्टेड द होल प्रोसेस. And also, I would definitely give this credit to my clients who used to message me, Mitun, when can we start again? Are you coming back? Okay. That gave me some sense of, you know, a feeling that I'm required and I'm not finished. So
all this while, were you here? Did you go back?
Then I was here.
How was your husband doing? उनकी job चल रही थी या क्या था?
उनकी job चल रही थी. Definitely उनकी job चल रही थी. But I am somebody जो मुझे खुद को करना है ना, जो करना है. So
self-made woman.
I'm self-made and I think वो ठोकर ज़रूरी था मेरे ख्याल से. Sometimes you learn life's lessons because you've gone through that. And उसके बाद I realized one thing, growth होगी तो organic होगी. कोई rush नहीं है. मुझे अच्छी नींद चाहिए. I want to feel at peace. I don't want to take any hasty decisions that will change my life completely. So that's one thing I've learned from my mistake.
One thing I take from this is कि अपने वक्त से पहले टाइम से पहले और किस्मत से ज़्यादा किसी को कुछ मिलता नहीं है. दैट इज़ व्हाट आई बिलीव इन एंड आई थिंक दैट इज़ व्हाट हैपेंड विद यू एज वेल. बट आपकी कमबैक स्टोरी भी बहुत ज़रूरी है बिकॉज एकदम से सक्सेस बहुत सारे लोगों को मिल जाती है एंड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर नॉट एबल टू मैनेज दैट और वो कभी बाउंस बैक नहीं कर पाते. हाउ डिड यू बाउंस बैक? हाउ डिड यू कम बैक?
सो इन 2010 when I went back to DHA, which is Dubai Health Authority, because आपकी लाइसेंस आपको रिन्यू करनी होती है. I was told we cannot renew your license because 1 साल से आपने कोई काम नहीं किया है. So there was a big shock for me. So I had to go through the whole process. And I gave my exams once again. I took all the tests, exams जो भी ज़रूरी होते हैं. And वहाँ पे I met this gentleman, Dr. Zia. And he had newly started his clinic called Northwest. And we got talking and he was like, I really need somebody like you to run my nutrition department. But I was very clear in the beginning itself. I said, Dr. साहब मैं job नहीं कर सकती हूँ. I will run the center for you. लेकिन मुझे मेरा अपना खुद का business शुरू करना है. And he was like, don't worry about that. You know, वो सब हम देखेंगे. वो दिन और आज का दिन मैंने उनका साथ नहीं छोड़ा है because he was there when I needed that help at that point of time. He gave me a clinic to practice out of. I got in touch with all my clients. They came back. We started the counseling. And then it gave me the strength to start my business once again. So in 2011, I started Simply Healthy all by myself all over again.
But was it as easy as it was the first time?
No, not at all. Not at all. Started with 4-5 clients and then I think after 2013, I was satisfied that अब हो गया है. And that's when I started Raga Factory. क्योंकि तब मुझे लगा अब ये part हो गया है. मेरा बेटा भी जो totally dependent था मेरे ऊपर वो थोड़ा बड़ा हो गया है. So now I can focus on a hobby, a passion. And that was Raga Factory.
So Raga Factory is the band जो मिथुन ने start किया था and she was on the stage as well. We met back in 2016. We just realized that, right?
Yes.
So you know, we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
But you've done a lot of things for free as well during that time. You were telling me.
Yes. You know, I wanted to come back, right? So after this whole fiasco that happened in my life, I needed to come back. And when I got a chance to present myself on television, to write articles, features, and if that meant doing it for free so that people notice you once again, I did it in the beginning. But now I don't. Okay. I value myself. I know my worth. I don't think it's we do anything right now for free, right?
So it's very clear that if you're thinking of a consultation, you'll have to pay for it. Let's move on. You know, I've seen this trend on social media where people are, I feel that people are scared of eating now.
Yeah.
Because there have been so many things on social media, you know.
Absolutely.
So take us through it. Why are people scared of eating?
Yeah, I think it's become such a toxic combination, you know, of this social media and all the trends that are going around. I recently met a little girl, 16-year-old. She was following this trend called skinny talk. And soon after I met her, a couple of more magazines and newspapers editors, they got in touch with me. Apparently the skinny talk has been doing the rounds. What is happening is these girls believe in the system of not eating. Okay? If you don't eat, you will lose weight and you will stay skinny. You know what is their mindset like? If your stomach is growling, that means it's applauding you. If you want to be small, eat small.
Wow.
Why do you need a treat? You're not a dog. Can you imagine?
Wow.
This is what is being fed to young girls just so that they can be skinny. And that's what is a big problem. There is this diet culture where it's called as girl dinner culture. Okay, what happens there? They're showing girls, oh, we are busy, we can't cook, but we have to fend something for ourselves. So they're living off crackers, cheese, tomatoes, cucumbers, and this is what we eat because it helps us stay skinny. And we don't believe in the tradition of cooking. We love ourselves. We give time for other things, and we don't believe in cooking. This lady, who's this influencer, must have raked in 700 million views and people copying her. These are the kind of trends that's going on. Ozempic, it is not a lifestyle. It's actually a legitimate drug that is actually meant for insulin resistance and diabetes. And weight loss is one of the side effects. But people are taking it frivolously. So it's a scary culture that's going around.
So what do you want to say to the people who are doing all this? For example, Ozempic, and you're right, celebrities are taking it, and people follow those celebrities, right? I don't want to name anyone because I don't want to create that controversy. But recently, I saw. Okay, I'll name one. Kapil Sharma.
Oh, has he taken?
I saw his picture just yesterday, and he looks skinny. He has never looked in life.
Yes.
So what do you want to say to the people who are doing this?
So like I said, it's not a magic pill, okay? It is a medicine and it has to be given under prescription. Unfortunately, people have been taking them over the counter, without any prescription, without any lab test, without any assessments, and just taking them. They are going to see a lot of side effects, for sure, okay? Unless it is clubbed with resistance training, strength training, proper protein optimization, your nutrients which are depleted needs to be depleted. And if you don't follow these protocols, 45% of Ozempic users will have a weight rebound, surely.
Okay, so they have to continue taking it.
Again, that is under medical supervision. It can have a lot of side effects.
For example, like?
Okay, there is something called as gut paresis, where your gut doesn't respond. It does not digest on its own. Because what GLP-1 does is, what Ozempic does is, it's a GLP-1 agonist, which is basically, it mimics your hormone GLP-1.
Okay.
It gives signal to the brain that I'm not hungry. It basically delays your gastric emptying. It produces insulin. So it is a medicinal purpose. But when people take it frivolously, it's obviously going to have some side effects. Gut paresis, thyroid dysfunction, pancreas dysfunction, gallstone problems, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, hair fall. We call it Ozempic face, where you lose a lot of muscle mass from your face. That's why they look haggard. You must have noticed it. Yes. They start looking very old. They have a lot of muscle loss from the body. And getting that muscle back, there is no guarantee.
Do you think they know about all these things? Or
yes.
They know?
I'm sure they know about it. But right now, there is this urgency for this flashy fix, quick fix. And they're ready to take it because everyone is taking, they don't want to miss out.
For the record, I want to say that I don't know whether Kapil Sharma has taken Ozempic or not. He looks
seems
very
like
skinny.
It, you're saying.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are a lot of coaches everywhere, especially on social media. Everyone is a coach, right? But there are legit coaches as well. So why does one need a clinical dietitian?
Yeah. See, it's for the audience to understand. Now, it's your health we are talking about. A clinical dietitian is one who has had university degrees, has studied this, done the masters, has worked in clinics and hospital setups, has worked with various patients, and we work on medical conditions. We are not just talking about weight loss here. We are talking about proper medical conditions like diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, PCOS, insulin resistance, autoimmune disorders. We're actually talking medical conditions. We are assessing you. We are not judging you or not guessing your health condition. We are assessing you through lab investigations, which is what a clinical dietitian does. We have not done just few hours of certification or courses to become a health coach. So this is for the audience to understand if it's your health at stake, who would you want to take recommendation from? Somebody who is an influencer, somebody who's a regular coach, or somebody who's a celebrity who's claiming to get solid benefits out of some sort of, gimmicky stuff that they have done.
So you're cutting around the corner. You're saying that, okay, I am a clinical dietitian. And you're also saying, okay, it's your wish if you want to listen to them. Why don't you say that don't listen to them?
I think everyone is responsible for their own thing.
Okay.
we are nobody to go around claiming, come to me, I'm the right person, I am the person. You have to understand that who is the authority, who is speaking the right thing. You have to make that understanding about yourself and have that logic and use it.
Fair enough.
Will you really apply anything nonsensical to your daughter, to your best friend, to your husband? Then why are you doing it to your own self? You would not, right? So then take the right decisions for yourself.
Well, that's well said. What is the difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist?
Okay. Again, it's very similar. Like clinical dietitian is the one who is licensed through the authorities, worked in clinical setups. Nutritionist can be anybody.
Okay.
Like even if you've done your certifications, health coaches, nutritionists, they all come in the same category. So yeah.
But you're a dietitian and a nutritionist.
Yes, I'm a clinical dietitian and a nutritionist.
All right. So, okay, we all have seen this phase during COVID, where a lot of people took a lot of time recovering from COVID.
Yeah.
And a lot of people complained of dietary issues and health in general.
Yes,
They could not get back the kind of health that they had before COVID. So, do you think COVID silently ruined our diet and our energy?
Diet, I would not say, but it definitely ruined our health. Who were the most affected? The ones who had obesity, diabetes, heart disease, or blood pressure, they were the maximum affected. Some of them didn't even know. They were asymptomatic. But after that, definitely things went wrong for a lot of people. We also have women now complaining about irregular periods. We have so many people, men who have cardiovascular issues now, lung issues now. I'm sure that was somewhere related to what happened to us that time. I can't blame the vaccine. We needed the vaccine at that point of time. We're hearing so many heart attack stories.
Yeah.
We don't know really what it is. But we also have to understand in the modern society now, stress has gone off the roof. Sedentary lifestyle is still there. Lack of sleep is still there. And maybe we are blaming COVID or the vaccine. One cannot forget a good lifestyle is the most important part of longevity and leading a good life.
Well said again. But are we assuming that it is because of the vaccinations, or is there a theory or is there a story to back it up?
It's easy to assume things, no? So it's easy to assume things. There is no study as such yet where we can claim that it's a vaccine that's leading to all these heart attacks.
So you're saying that it's only lifestyle that is responsible?
Absolutely. Do you know something? You have not slept well at night, but you want to hit the gym. You're lifting heavy weights, or you're taking certain steroidal, stuff
Medications.
around.
Medications, let's call it that.
Because it's happening. And yes, of course, you're dropping because bad lifestyle, bad eating habits, and then overworking your heart.
There have been more than one case where I've personally heard that teenagers getting heart attacks, people in their early 20s getting heart attacks. So what do you want to have to say about that?
It's the sedentary lifestyle. Even the kids are sitting all day long, either studying in front of the computers or playing games, having fizzy drinks, having sugar, having no fiber in their diet, not eating clean and healthy. This is bound to happen.
And you don't take any of this that you're talking about, you personally?
I believe in 80-20 principle. 80% of the times I eat super healthy, super clean, but 20% of the times I indulge in what I feel like. Okay. It's very important for me to, just because it's lying in front of me doesn't mean I'm going to eat it, but because I felt like it, I will eat it.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So what is your schedule of eating? How do you eat throughout the day, you as a person?
Okay, me as a person, but I would not say that, because I really don't like what I eat in a day videos that go around with the influencers.
That is the reason why I'm asking you
I'll tell you why. Because it's all very vibey. It is just aesthetics. They love to show all these different things are blending together, making a smoothie, adding the berries, adding the protein, and then the coffee, and then whatever, salads and all the... Chances are they're probably not even doing that. But it's just, it creates such beautiful aesthetics and all that ASMR that is called and all the sounds. So people are glued onto those videos. But if you ask me what I eat in a day, in the morning, first, I have a ritual. I have an anti-inflammatory drink that I have made myself, which is fresh raw turmeric root, ginger. There's some cumin seeds in it. There is tulsi patta in it, amle ka juice in it. And all those things are blended together.
So सारी चीजें बता दी हैं या कुछ छुपा लिया?
कुछ चीजें छुपाई भी हुई हैं, because again it's very exclusive कि सबको सब कुछ सूट नहीं करता है. Then I have another ritual of having some saffron water. I work out. Then I have a good breakfast. I love my eggs. I love my chia, berries and stuff like that. I definitely have that. Then I get to work. My lunch comes from Simply Healthy. That's the benefit of having a meal plan company.
Of course.
So, the food comes from there. I ensure I eat some fish. Being a Bengali, I love fish anyway. So I ensure I eat some fish. There are lots of fiber, good fats, vegetables, सब कुछ होता है. And next is my dinner, which I have at home, which is usually homemade or it's from Simply Healthy, but it could be homemade. We enjoy, me and my husband, if he's in town, then we enjoy making a good meal ourselves and enjoying it with our son. So,
do you use oil in your homemade meals?
of course, fat is very essential. I think it's a myth when people say that you have to have boiled vegetables and fat-free food. It's not correct.
All right. And what time do you eat your dinner?
I'm home by 7. So by 7:30, I'm done.
All right. So can eating after 7 p.m. actually make you gain weight?
It depends. See, most of the times if you're eating late, if it is more about emotional eating dessert, snacks, chips, then obviously that's going to, it's not going to help you. Ideally, I personally feel as the sun sets, you should eat your big meal and finish it off. But there are times when your lifestyle is such, you're coming back home so late or you work out late in the evening and you have to eat a meal a little later. It should not be. After all, throughout the day, how your calories have been, how you've balanced the macronutrients and the micronutrients in your meal, that is more important than really the timings of the meal.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to the anti-inflammatory drink that you were talking
Yes,
about.
yes.
That became a point of contention when Vidya Balan came out and said this. I think a year back or a year and a half
Just
back.
some, I think 6-7 months ago, she came and she spoke about it.
So it became a point of contention and everyone was talking about it and people actually blamed it on her as well that, she's fooling people around. This cannot happen because of that. What's your take on this?
So I'll tell you, women go through a lot of inflammation in the bodies because of hormones. And let's understand this. Women in their 30s, 40s, there were a lot of hormonal shifts going on. Their estrogen is dipping down. The progesterone is erratic. Cortisol is very high because so many things are happening in your body. So estrogen is a female hormone. Progesterone is the feel-good hormone. Cortisol is your stress hormone. So all those things are kind of imbalanced, which in turn causes a lot of inflammation in the body. The fact that we are stressed out, that causes inflammation. The fact that we generally don't sleep well, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of gut-related issues. All these things cause inflammation. And there are certain foods that can heal this inflammation. When you eat more processed food, sugary foods, things out of a packet which is filled with sodium, filled with preservatives, they can cause more inflammation. But when you eat clean stuff, like you're eating fresh fruits, vegetables, having good omega-3 fish, having lean chicken, beans, lentils, lots of green leafy vegetables, vitamin C rich foods, these things will start healing the body. When we are healing the body, it reduces the inflammation in the body, and that's why we call it anti-inflammatory. So we are basically giving food that is healing your body and eliminating food that's offending your body. That's what it is. It's just a gimmicky term maybe, but it works.
All right.
Yeah.
So you yourself take a drink, as you pointed out.
Yeah.
Can you maybe suggest, because you're on the show, I have to ask you this. Can you maybe suggest a drink that people generally can have and that can help them, get rid of that inflammation in their body?
So for example, I just told you about the turmeric root. Okay, fresh turmeric root. That is
How do you do
juiced
it? Tell me the complete thing.
So it's fresh, just like it looks like ginger. Fresh turmeric root that's peeled, or don't even peel it, juice it. Put it in a juicer. Peel it, or juice it. Or what you can do is just grate it and boil it in the water. Okay. Ginger is anti-inflammatory. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory. You add black pepper to it because black pepper is what will enhance the curcumin in the turmeric. Okay. So you add black pepper to it. You can add cumin seeds, you can add fennel seeds, coriander seeds, you can add tulsi ka patta, mint patta, whatever you feel like. These are all natural ingredients that are anti-inflammatory for the body. And you can also add some lemon later in it, or you can add fresh amle ka juice, which is high in vitamin C. So all these things are natural.
Honey?
Honey, no, I'm not a big fan of honey.
Okay.
No, not
because
at all.
everyone, left, right, and center, is suggesting
No, I think
honey.
it's definitely a myth. Honey will never make you lose weight.
Okay.
Yes, if people are having this early morning hot water with honey.
I was about to ask you that.
No, never. So just regular, even if you don't have time for all these ingredients to blend them all together, just hot water, little bit of splash of lemon, or just a little bit of ginger juice. All these things are fine, but you don't need to add honey to anything.
All right. Carbs are a very important part of our diet. But there's a myth also attached to it that carbs are going to make you fat. Is it actually a myth or it is a fact?
It's a myth. Carbs will not make you fat. It's the quality of the carbs that you're eating. I mean, you cannot, it's very easy to scapegoat a certain macronutrient and say this is bad for you and just eliminate and lose weight. There is a lot more biology to it. There is a lot more that goes into it. Okay? So healthy carbohydrates is essential because that is what is fueling your body. Carbs like brown rice, quinoa, millets, sweet potatoes, these are all good carbs. You need it to function. You need these carbs to regular metabolic functions, you need them. Just eliminating them is not definitely helping. I don't believe in this at all. Yes, but like I said, it's the quality of the carbs that matter.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So unrefined processed carbs will obviously cause satiety issues. It'll spike your insulin and they have just generalized that all carbs are bad. It's not true.
okay, so tell me this. People these days talk about gluten-free quite a lot, right? So gluten-free atta, gluten-free rotis. You know, is it always healthier to have gluten-free things, or how's it?
See, gluten as such has been touted as pro-inflammatory. There's also a term called as wheat belly.
Okay.
We're not able to digest gluten as we used to before. And that comes down to one thing, our gut is not healthy. That is why we are not able to break down that gluten. But it cannot be generalized. I can very well tolerate gluten and nothing happens to me. Maybe because my gut is healthy and I'm able to absorb the nutrients and break down that gluten. But it is not, I don't think it's right for us to generalize. Just because it's gluten-free does not make it healthy. It might have so many other buffers and so many other ingredients that makes it unhealthy. But just because it's a gluten-free cake, you feel I'm completely guilt-freely having it is not the right answer to it.
All right.
Yeah, so unless you have celiac disease or unless you have a major gluten intolerance, there is no point in eliminating it. If you feel like having it occasionally, go for it.
Okay, you touched upon the fact that people, women especially in their 30s and 40s, it gets very difficult for them to lose weight.
Yeah.
And you pointed out on all the hormones that are at fault. But apart from that, is it sometimes their own fault, or is it just the hormones all the time?
Let's assume that you're eating very healthily, very clean, you're exercising 3 to 4 times a week, you're getting your steps in place, you're not highly stressed out. It's just general stress, which happens every day. I mean, you're doing things right. And yet you're gaining weight. Obviously, you're frustrated, right? One thing you have to understand, then it's not your fault. It's your biology. This is bound to happen in your late 30s and early 40s onwards because women are stepping into perimenopause. And this is when, like I was mentioning, your estrogen dips, which causes a lot of fat gain around your abdomen. Your progesterone starts getting erratic, like I was saying, which causes a lot of mood swings, water retention, so you gain weight. Your cortisol goes high because you imagine in your 40s, everything is happening. Life is happening. Health issues, financial issues, spouse, your parents, career, personal, professional life. Everything somehow, is it's busy life.
Yeah.
You have burnout. Your cortisol goes up. And that's when, again, you have belly fat, you have appetite, your appetite is out of whack, your sugar cravings go up. Your thyroid also becomes sluggish. And because of all these things, you're disrupting your insulin. So you have insulin resistance. So most women at this age start developing something called as insulin resistance. And that's what causes all the weight gain. And we have to regulate that. We have to start lifting weights 3 times a week because you have to preserve your muscle. When you preserve your muscle, your metabolism improves. And by doing that, you're also improving your bone density and your hormonal imbalance. You have to ensure that you're eating enough protein. Each woman needs at least 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kg of body weight. That's a given. And you have to have a lot of fiber. Fiber is something that we are forgetting. At least 60% of your overall diet should come from plants. You have to give this to your body. That is what is antioxidants. So unless you give fiber, you're not going to be able to digest your food. You're not giving prebiotics to your microbiome. And you're not helping your gut. So all these things matter.
All right. Is weight loss still the goal, or are we asking the wrong questions here?
See, who doesn't want weight loss? Today, everything is happening around because they all want to look good and lose weight. But the problem is they're all trying all different tactics to lose weight and messing up their health. When I say messing up their health, again, hormonal imbalances. Women are, I have so many young girls who don't get their period, who are constipated for weeks together. They have no energy, having hair fall, having acne, pale skin. And this is happening to women over 35 also. Okay, that's because they're going after the wrong methods of losing weight and getting all these health conditions. Anxiety is on the rise. Anxiety is on a major rise. Anyone you talk to has anxiety issues. That's because you're not eating well. You're under eating. That is producing more cortisol. So what I would say is, yes, weight loss is the goal, but not at the cost of your health. Why don't you go to the root cause of your problem? Let's do your lab assessments. Let's find out what's going on with you. Let's find out your deficiencies. Let's find out what was the reason you have gained weight. Then we know the treatment is easy. Fix your health. The weight loss will be the side effect of that. Not that I lose weight first, then everything else will fall in place. But it is, let's fix your health first. You become stronger, build your foundation. The weight loss will automatically happen because now your body is functioning optimally.
So in short, you're saying don't go to social media, go to a clinical dietitian. That is what you're saying.
Of course, I'm saying that.
All right.
Take help from a medical professional. Don't just fall prey to all the gimmicky stuff that you see around, all the fluff that you see around on social media.
Do you think the wellness industry these days exploits fear to sell their products?
Of course. Fear-mongering is big time. It's a hook, right?
It is.
If you find something that you're scared of, you will watch that video till the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the best way
You've
to
used
sell.
that on your social media ever?
I don't like fear-mongering at all. It doesn't agree with me ethically. You know, I'm not chasing the views. I feel let me stick with my principles. I don't want something to bite me back.
Okay.
So, no, I don't like fear-mongering, but I'm warning you. I'm warning you of problems that can occur, but I'm not fear-mongering to get views.
All right. And of course, there's this obsession on social media about natural foods as well. Natural is the word. Is it more about marketing than health?
Natural foods as in what way are you saying?
I mean, all the people who are talking about, have anything that is natural.
Yeah.
They don't even know if it's natural or not sometimes, more often than not. I can't specifically point it out, but, these are the kind of videos that I've recently seen.
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with natural foods, but I have a problem when some influencer is promoting, let's have this ashgar juice that,
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Have that. That's the best way to get your nutrients. But no, it's not true. It's not going to suit everybody. It actually has anti-nutrients, which means even those little minerals that is there in that ashgar will not get absorbed because it has oxalates. It's got phytates. You may even have diarrhea, vomiting. Celery juice. It doesn't suit everybody. And some people need to stop selling me these alkaline waters and all to change the pH of my body. We don't need all these things. Drink filtered water. We don't need alkaline water. So yes, by claiming that this is natural, this is the way to be, you just have to be sure what you're getting trapped into.
So what are these celebrities having, that black water they are having?
That is charcoal, activated charcoal water.
Okay.
So basically in water, they would throw a piece of charcoal. And if you drink that...
Makes the water alkaline, does it?
No. It just traps the gases from your stomach and then all your bloating
Is it really
goes
helpful?
away. There could be little truth, not the water, but sometimes when there is severe bloating issues, we do prescribe activated charcoal as a pill. But that is only if you really need it. You don't need to have these waters every day as a part of your routine. That's definitely not
also
needed.
Since we are talking about celebrities, a lot of celebrities on their social media now are talking about what are they eating.
Yeah.
Do you think it is misleading the people as well?
These celebrities are filled with help around. Jennifer Lopez and what you call Shilpa Shetty, they all have chefs around them, trainers around them. They can do what they want. We here are trying to talk to the common person. Do not fall prey to these kind of gimmicks. Like that day, I would tell you this incident. One of my clients sent me a supplement. It was by Kourtney Kardashian, and she was apparently promoting GLP-1 supplements. And when I read the ingredients, it was some ingredient which has some citric properties and green tea extract. I said, why are they selling this as GLP-1? It's got nothing to do with GLP-1. But they are raking views and trying to get consumers in the name of GLP-1 because they know GLP-1 is very popular. So you have to be smart. You cannot fall. Okay, one more. Yeah, Liver King. So this particular bodybuilder believes in ancestral eating. So he was promoting that I only eat raw liver, I eat bone marrow, I eat testicles of animals, but everything in the raw form. And he actually had an audience. Okay, he has built an empire of of, I think, $100 million by selling desiccated organ powders.
Wow.
Okay, but then obviously when you soar so high, suddenly you have your haters. They did the research. They found apparently he was actually taking steroids. And they found out certain emails and they leaked out the information. And then what? He fell flat on his face.
So I'm going to say here what we all say to our parents. Everything on social media is not the fact.
Do your own fact check. And I feel bad because, you know, your audience is so gullible and so vulnerable. They trust you. Have some social responsibility. Even I get many collaborations and brands, but I have to do my research before I sell it to my audience because it's not fair. They trust you blindly. And when you say something, just because you're getting money out of it, so many Indian celebrities also do that all the time.
Can you name a few?
Should I name few?
You've named 2 of them. Why not a few Indian ones?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, but you know, like you say that I only eat home cooked food. And then you're selling a protein powder that is really low grade protein isolate and sugar filled with sugar and preservatives and I don't know, all those gums and emulsifiers. So how are you doing this?
Okay, don't take the name. Just give us a hint. What are you talking about?
Okay, fine, Akshay Kumar.
Okay.
Fair enough, because he always talks about I eat very clean and healthy at home. I do not. And then he was promoting this protein from Horlicks. We all know what Horlicks is all about.
Absolutely.
You know, and then there was another actress. She was claiming some tightening supplement for women's private parts. I mean, come on, what are you talking about? And trust me, I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on YouTube, but I keep getting these forwards from my clients. Is it true? Is there any truth to it? And that's how I come to know.
Yeah.
And I just find it so appalling that where is the world going to? Why is it becoming so shallow? What is it? It's
a lot
also
of respect to you,
superficial.
Mithun. Not a lot of people would take names and say these things. So a lot of
Yeah,
respect
but it's
and
all
power to
out
you.
there. I'm not saying this. It's all out there for people to go and check. Everyone is scrolling social media, right? I am not saying this. It's all out there for you to see.
So don't blindly follow everyone is the mantra.
Please be a little educated about it. Do your own research. And then do what seems right for you.
3 boring habits that can actually transform your health.
I seriously think I'm going to sound like a broken record, but weight training for sure. I mean, that's not to be missed. Weight training is a must. It's very boring, but it is a must 3 times a week at least. One thing I want to point out is as you wake up in the morning, even before you have coffee, get sunlight. It's going to regulate your circadian rhythm. Is going to produce serotonin, the neurotransmitter, which is responsible for good mood, responsible for your appetite, is responsible for a lot of things that's going to make you happy. Okay? And it also produces melatonin, which helps you sleep better at night. You know, people are taking melatonin supplements so that they can get good sleep. But just 10 minutes of sunlight is greater than 1,000 milligrams of melatonin. So
Melatonin is that blue thing that they're having
whichever
these
color,
days.
but it's a supplement that helps them sleep, right? So that is the second one I would say. What else would I say? Okay, I love the idea of going for a walk after your meals, especially after dinner. That's a game changer, actually.
All right. I also have a question when it comes to breakfast and having your coffee. People are talking about this ghee coffee these days. A lot of celebrities are taking it apparently, and it's helping them. So can you shed some light on it?
No problem with that. If it suits you, what happens is when you start your day, we say do not start with a carbohydrate meal. You have some fat, have some protein, you know. And if this becomes an easy option for you to mix in some coconut oil or some ghee in the morning, forget coffee, even if you just have it the way it is, or just have some nuts or have an avocado. It's the same thing. But when you make it fancy, it sells more, right? So that's why the bullet coffee and the ghee coffee, all those things sells more.
But what I mean with this question is it a myth or is it actually going to help you out?
It helps. It helps.
does.
When you have fat first thing in the morning, it curbs your hunger. Your cravings for sugar can go down. And good fats will also balance your hormones. So there is science behind it. There is some fact check there. Yes, we can trust it.
Okay, a lot of people you would see around yourself as well who are doing everything right, but they're still gaining weight. There's no weight loss. What's wrong there?
So like I said, they must be eating minimally because that's what they feel. If I starve myself 800, 900 calories, I will lose weight. But that is actually, in return, it's spiking your cortisol levels. It's making your thyroid sluggish. And that is what is dropping and crashing your metabolism. So metabolism is your best friend. So help your metabolism. Maybe they have gut-related problems where they are not fixing their gut. You have to feed your gut prebiotics, probiotics, and it's a lot about gut resilience. Whether your gut is able to tolerate certain foods. Once your gut starts feeling better and it's able to absorb nutrients, your energy levels comes back, you lose weight. And also there could be deficiency. There could be a lot of other medical reasons why you're not losing weight. It's not just about how much food I've taken in. What food am I taking in? All those things matter. And that is why I believe a lot in lab investigations to get to this root problem.
So are you against a calorie deficit diet?
I'm not against it.
Because you said cortisol levels increase and it becomes even more difficult to lose weight.
Calorie deficit is important. But you cannot undereat.
Okay.
You need at least 1200, 1500 calories, and you also need to burn that calories. You might eat that many calories, but you're sedentary. It's not going to help. That's why calorie deficit is important. You eat, you also spend that. That is important.
Okay.
But also what you're eating, the quality of the food. It's not math. It's not about, but it's biology. The problem is not the math problem. It's a biology problem.
All right. We are moving on to our next segment, which is called This or That. So I'm going to give you two options. You have to pick one.
Acha, theek hai.
Okay. Keto or Mediterranean diet?
Mediterranean, any day.
Why?
Lots of fiber, healthy fats, heart healthy. It's not just focused on saturated fats like keto. Mediterranean is the way of life, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
So plant-based protein or animal protein?
My personal choice is animal protein because it better bioavailable. Absorption is better in animal-based protein. But having said that, if you combine certain plant-based proteins together, you can get those amino acids. You can reap the benefits. It's not that you have to be non-vegetarian only. But if you ask me, my personal choice, non-veg is my choice.
Another thing that everyone talks about is intermittent fasting. I do it also by the way. Intermittent fasting or balanced meals?
Depends from person to person.
Okay.
Yeah. At every stage of your life, your requirements can change. Intermittent fasting has a big science behind it. There's a lot of evidence that it helps. The autophagy helps. The cell inflammation helps. It helps your cell inflammation. It's also anti-aging. All we have very good benefits. But for some women, it might not help. It might cause gut disruptions, gut microbiome disruptions. It might cause uric acid levels to escalate. It might cause a lot of fatigue, tiredness, and it's not for them. So you have to understand what works for you. So
is it trial and error or how do you do that?
Many times it's trial and error to see what works for you.
All right. Supplements or whole foods?
Any day whole foods. But unfortunately today, I cannot really promise you that the soil is fertile, the nutrients coming from the food is adequate. So sometimes we need to take help from supplements and there's nothing wrong in that.
Organic or conventional produce?
Some foods organic, some foods can be conventional.
Example?
For example, there are certain fruits that are sprayed with pesticides which can directly harm you. For example, grapes, strawberries, these things are direct because you eat it directly, you know. So those things is better organic. But things like rice, wheat, grains, lentils can be conventional. Doesn't matter.
Sugar or artificial sweeteners?
If I have to eat a dessert, then with sugar, not artificial sweetener. I don't want to disrupt my gut microbiome.
So nothing artificial basically?
No.
All right. Breakfast or skip it?
I love my breakfast and I think everyone should have a breakfast ideally and start your day well. But if you prefer to start I'll tell you what. Follow the body circadian rhythm. You want to do intermittent fasting? Do it. Start with breakfast, eat your lunch, and have a very tiny dinner by 4 p.m., for example. And then fast. That is more beneficial than staying fasted the whole day and eating your first meal at 2 o'clock and then eating until 10, 11.
So I've been doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. And people hate me when I say this.
Not even a stutter when you call me wrong. Okay. I'll take this from you and I'll try to change it accordingly. Okay. Juicing or blending?
Blending. At least the fiber is intact.
All right. There's also a segment. It is called Dumb Questions You Should Never Ask.
Okay.
This time, a dietitian or a nutritionist. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is a lot of people, there's a myth that if you bless your food and nothing wrong is going to happen. Do you believe in that?
It's all about vibrations and positive energy.
So you do believe in that?
In our Indian tradition, we do that, right? And what I've seen so many people in their beliefs, they say a little small prayer because we are thanking the universe and the supernatural power that you've given us food on the plate and it's for our well-being. What is wrong in that? I believe in positive vibrations. So yes, definitely do it.
Great.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, a lot of people would say कि मैं तो पानी भी पीता हूँ तो मोटा हो जाता हूँ. Is it a myth or that actually happens with a lot of
No,
people?
yeah. How can it happen?
So नहीं होता ऐसा.
नहीं होता ऐसे.
But ऐसा बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं.
बोलते
आपको भी
हैं.
बोला होगा.
क्योंकि बाकी जो चीज़ें करते हैं वो सिलेक्टिवली उसको नेग्लेक्ट करते हैं ना. So let's blame it on the air and water.
Okay, so that's it for this segment. My last question to you,
Yeah.
Mitun De Sarkar.
जी.
When was that moment in your life where you thought that I have arrived, I have achieved whatever I wanted to? What was your mic drop moment?
Yeah, this is what I was telling you. When in 2000, by 2008, I really thought I've arrived. And it was wrong. I was, like I said, I was so young that I thought I've arrived. I was hobnobbing with the who's who. And मुझे भी वो सब चाहिए था. बहुत जल्दी चाहिए था. And I saw my downfall with that. And I'm actually grateful that I got that setback very early on in my life. Because then you can come back. You know, you have the time, you have the energy to come back, you have the will to come back. So, mic drop kya bolu main? I don't know. I really don't know what to say.
Okay, now do you think that you've achieved everything that you ever wanted in life?
I'm content, for sure.
Okay.
But I still feel बहुत कुछ करना है life में. There is still so much I can offer and I'm yet to achieve. So, yeah, I'm content, but still I have lots to do.
Thank you so much, Mitun De Sarkar, for being here. You are a multifaceted personality. You are just brilliant. And the conversation, it flowed with you. I don't know where the past hour has gone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for a lovely time that we had on the show. And once again, you're always welcome whenever you want to come back.
Pleasure.
Because we
Thank
have a
you so
lot
much.
more to talk about.
Absolutely.
Okay, before I go away, once again, आपको शायरी बहुत पसंद है, if I'm not wrong. Right? So, do you remember anything at all that you've heard in the recent times and you want to share it with us?
Okay.
जाते जाते पर कुछ कर दीजिए.
इरशाद. कितनी झूठी होती है मोहब्बत की कस्में.
कितनी झूठी होती हैं मोहब्बत की कस्में.
कितनी झूठी होती है मोहब्बत की कस्में. देखो तुम भी जिंदा हो और मैं भी.
ओफ. Episode khalas, मैं भी khalas. We are going to see you the next time. It was fun to have you, Mitun, once again. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.